In this video, I plan on replacing this aluminum flashing that I had previously installed between my treated lumber ledger board and my concrete basement wall. In a previous video, I showed how I installed my ledger board using aluminum flashing, but an astute viewer pointed out that aluminum is not at all compatible with modern-day treated lumber. So my plan today is to replace the aluminum flashing with galvanized flashing. So back when I installed my ledger board, I used aluminum flashing, not realizing that the formula in modern treated lumber is not compatible with aluminum. The first step is to remove all the nuts and washers from my wedge anchors. I can get a pry bar behind the ledger board at the top, but I don't have ready access to the bottom. So I hatch a plan to use lag bolts to drive the lower edge of the ledger board away from the basement wall, similar to the method often used to remove brake drums from older vehicles. I start by drilling pilot holes to either side of the lower wedge anchors. I insert lag bolts into all the pilot holes. I should have used larger and longer lag bolts, but I used what I happen to have. I drive all the lag bolts until they engage with the basement wall. I tighten each lag bolt in turn with the hope that I can create a bit of a gap along the lower edge. I do end up shearing a couple of my lag bolts, so I added a couple more. With a combination of prying the top edge and tightening the lag bolts along the lower edge, I managed to create enough of a gap to eventually slip a crowbar behind both edges of the ledger board. I'm able to dig under my ledger board and slip my crowbar under the bottom edge. I pry along next to each of my wedge anchors and finally get my ledger board to break free. Here's what the interface between the aluminum flashing and the treated lumber looks like after approximately 9 months. I don't see any signs of corrosion. This is likely due to the treated lumber being quite dry when I installed it, a relatively dry climate, and the ledger board being fairly protected from the weather due to the eave of the roof and the bay window. So I have both my ledger boards removed from the house, and I went ahead and stripped the aluminum flashing that I had previously installed off the backside. So now I'm going to install galvanized flashing. This is similar to what I was using before. It's 10 inches wide. I happen to have a roll, and I prepped the end by just cutting and rounding the edges off using just standard yellow handled shears. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to length, and what I'm going to actually do here is I'll go ahead and let it hang over a bit. So I went ahead and cut the flashing to length. I left about a 1/2 inch overhanging on either end. And I did a little experimenting with I cut a piece about 1 foot square, and I did a little experimenting to see what's it going to take to punch holes and so on, because it's it's a little tougher than the aluminum was. So I'm going to change my technique here a little bit based on my experiments. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bend over the top. So I'm going to fold the top over so that the flashing is not only protecting the top of the ledger board, but that'll prevent moisture from getting behind there. So my expectation actually is I'll never get moisture back there. Actually, that's my plan. So what I'm going to do actually is I have a piece of angle iron. It's probably 1.5 inches. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to use this so that I have a crisp edge to fold the galvanized over. And then I can also remove it and then just with using my hands, I can crease that thing a little bit better so it lays flat. So this is a big experiment. So I'm gonna just slide this. I'm gonna slide this angle underneath, and then what I want to do is I want to leave about 1.5 inches or a little more above the angle. This is what I'm thinking anyway. And then I'm going to try to do this. Whether this works or not remains to be seen. Just using these spring clamps, I'm going to see if I can't hold that angle and the flashing to this ledger board. This will be a challenge. And I have enough wiggle room to shift, okay, just to hold it in place. And then I'll do the same on the other end. I'm going to set this thing on edge. If I can do it. So I can use my hand to hold it in place more or less. So I'm going to take a rubber mallet, and I'm just going to try to see if I can work my way down. Increase this thing over. Working my way back. It's actually not too bad. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and remove my clamps. Remove my angle iron. And now what I can actually do is I can just work my way down by hand. I'm trying to keep the ledger board now snug up against that crease to the extent that I can. I have a center punch here, which is probably more like 3/8 of an inch in diameter. So it'll be loose in these holes. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to identify the center of the hole from this side, and then I'm going to flip everything over, and I'm going to actually punch the holes from the back side. Actually more accurately, elongate them. So I'm just going to take this center punch and just kind of wiggle it around in a hole, wrong hammer, and just give it a little tap. And I'll go down and I'll do the same thing. I'm realizing I got to move this up a bit so I have something to punch against here. So now what I can do is I can rotate the whole, flip the whole thing over. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, and I probably should start in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my center punch again, but I'll show one up here. Take my center punch again. I'm assuming I'm still lined up this way. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And now I'm just going to elongate that hole. I'll do 2 right away. Okay. Now what I discovered is, and what I happen to have is, I happen to have a brass drift, which is tapered. So it's like 3/8 at the tip, and it's of course mushroomed out a bit. But then it necks down to like a 1/2 inch. So my plan now is just to drive that. Just see if I can drive this guy in. Okay. And my logic is, and I gotta wiggle it out of there. I've pushed that galvanized sheet metal down in the hole, and it's expanded to the hole. So I should be able to slip these right over my wedge anchors. So what I'll do is I'll just continue on down the line doing the same thing.
So there she is, all ready to reinstall. After attaching the new flashing, I placed the ledger board in place. Using a 12-ounce ball peen hammer, I attempt to engage the holes that are in the ledger board with the wedge anchors.
I persuade the ledger board into place with a crowbar and smack it with a 2-pound hammer.
Okay, looks like it's doing it.
After a bit more prying and hammering, I get all the bolts to line up.
Yep.
Okay. Then, it's just a matter of driving the ledger board home.
Okay, now all I need to do is put all the washers back on and reinstall the nuts.
Finally, I tighten up all the nuts. And here's the ledger board reinstalled. And here's the shorter piece